Plushenko, the perfectionist, the two-time world champion, has had his own way this season. Evgeny Plushenko's quest for the perfect program keeps him coming back for more. Canada's Emmanuel Sandhu is the opportunist, a last-minute substitute. He's answered when opportunity knocked. An evocative skater, groomed in the ballet, and now gearing for greatness. The warm-ups are underway for the men's free skate as this ISU Grand Prix of figure skating final nears its conclusion here in Colorado. Well, Emmanuel Sandhu was quoted yesterday after finishing second in the short program as saying, "I don't want to sound cocky, but if I put my stuff down, everybody's telling me I'm one of the best skaters in the world." Sounds pretty confident.
Well, I hope he believes what he says, because confidence is everything in this sport. The most talented skater in the world is going nowhere without it. I think he is believing in himself this week, and certainly he is very due for a big performance.
Emmanuel second only to the world champion Evgeny Plushenko. I think he might be hearing footsteps for the first time this year.
He may be hearing footsteps from Sandhu, but he's in the driver's seat here. This is a man with a lot of experience at this level of competition, and although he has said he doesn't like to skate last, he will skate last here in the free skate, but it gives him a huge advantage because he'll know exactly how many skaters have skated well. He'll know how many points he needs to capture this title.
So here's how they stack up after the short program. Plushenko first, right behind him, Sandhu, Michael Weiss of the USA in third. Jeff Buttle, of course, an unfortunate withdrawal because of a stomach problem. As we get set for our first skater in the free skate program for the men, Kevin van der Perren, a 21-year-old out of Belgium, who trains about 4 hours a day in Connecticut these days throughout the competitive season, but he does go back to Belgium to work with another coach because the Olympic Committee there is committing a lot of funding to this lone Belgian skating champion.
Open this program with a triple Lutz, triple loop combination. There's the Lutz, and he turns the loop into a double.
Kevin doesn't have a consistent quad, but under this new marking system, he can make up for that. And he'll make up for it with this very combination, a triple sow, triple toe, triple loop. Triple sow, triple toe, triple loop. Now that is worth 15.8 points. It's actually worth more than a quad triple combo.
Well, he's only the second man to land a triple, triple, triple. Emmanuel Sandhu, the first back in 2001.
Oh, hangs on to that.
Kevin is the lone Belgian skating at this level of competition. He won a silver medal at the World Juniors in 2002, only the second Belgian to win an ISU medal since Fernand Leemans back in 1947.
Double axel. He's also struggled with his triple axel this season, and so has instead decided just to hang back and do a double.
Triple Lutz jump. He just simply didn't look like he was on top of himself in the air. And when you don't have the confidence of knowing you're in the right spot in the air, quite often you're not going to be successful landing the jump. There's yet another double axel.
To wonder if that patella knee injury is beginning to bother him. He needs surgery. He's been putting it off.
That plus the altitude here in Colorado Springs has certainly got to factor into the equation. But under this scoring system, you have to remember that the men, they do have one additional jump element than the women. The men are allowed to do 8 jumps, 2 of which, and only 2 of which, can be a combination. And when you take 2 of those opportunities and only execute a double axel, you've really left a lot of points sitting on the sidewalk. Looking fatigued here at this point. He's trying to push this footwork through with some speed and determination.
Kevin was still competing at the junior level, so it's quite an accomplishment just for him to be here at the Grand Prix final.
Oh, and he's exhausted. Kevin van der Perren, the 21-year-old out of Belgium.
I think this program is a good demonstration of how savvy a skater has to be with regards to what they put in their program. Yes, he gets full credit, and he deserves full credit for the triple, triple, triple combination, an outstanding accomplishment. But then you have to capitalize on that by building behind you and making the best use of your jump windows. Here we take a look at this triple, triple combination. Outstanding.
Outstanding, but would you agree it's worth more than a quad triple?
Well, that will be for debate over the off season, I'm sure. I think there's going to be a little bit of tweaking. The quad is going to get a little more emphasis because it truly is a tremendously difficult element that many feel the current ranking doesn't reflect.
May we please have the judges' scores for Kevin van der Perren.
Kevin van der Perren was 5th after the short program.
The technical score for this performance was 56.8.
He faded a little about midway through his free skate here, and there are the numbers. 56.88 in technical, 65 even in the program components for a free skate total score of 121.88. Combine that with the short program, and he has a grand total of 189.03 for the lead. Still 3 talented skaters to come, including this man, Michael Weiss from the United States. 2-time bronze medalist at the World Championships. He was 7th in both Nagano and Salt Lake City. And he has been felled by the flu this week. What's he got left?
Well, he showed in the short program yesterday that he had enough to get through that with a reasonable degree of performance, but he will now go from a 2.5-minute program to a 4.5-minute program. We'll have to see.
A very patriotic program.
Johnny comes marching home.
He doesn't have great technique on his triple axel, and it tends to give him problems. Oh, he's on a lean and not a great landing, and he couldn't get the second jump in.
It's important to note that that will be counted as one of his combinations. He did a triple axel single toe loop, so that one opportunity to score additional points with this combination. He's only got one other left.
Michael is the lone American in this Grand Prix final. Tim Gable having to withdraw because of skate problems. Michael coming from a very athletic family. His father an Olympian back in 1964. His mother a national gymnastics champion. It's a good pedigree.
He needs this combination. Triple flip, triple toe. He pulls it off.
Looked like the landing of the second jump might have been two-footed. Very rough landing on the triple loop jump. Wally jump into a triple axel. Right side dropped terribly, preventing him from landing that jump.
Well, he was determined to skate despite the flu, and we'll see what kind of endurance he has here in the late stages.
He's really struggling throughout this entire program. And this has to be frustrating for Michael because he's abandoned the quad in his quest to skate a cleaner program, but even the easier triple jumps are proving to be elusive out here today. Another fall in the triple jump.
It's at this point where a skater just sort of wants to get off.
But this also really draws to the forefront the importance of maybe what a good decision Jeff Buttle made by not skating. He knew he didn't have the strength. Michael came out here thinking he had it. Now he's got a very poor skate in his suitcase, so to speak, and you have to carry that through to your next competition knowing my last time out was not very pretty. Jeff Buttle at least goes home not having skated at all, disappointed that he didn't hit the ice, but no ugly performance baggage to go along with it.
Well, he's done. Michael Weiss of the United States. A gritty effort.
Well, full points for making the attempt, but you really have to look at where you're at, where you're going to skate, and in this situation, if he'd been this ill, knowing that he was going to skate at altitude, tough call.
And the U.S. Championships are just around the corner in January.
And this will not help him in his quest to get his national title back.
Look at the lean this jump is on. This thing was leaning before it even left the ice.
He just wants it over.
So encouraging applause from the crowd, support from his choreographer and wife, Lisa Thornton Weiss. And he looks like he's in a little difficulty after that 4.5-minute program. Third after the short program.
The technical score for this performance was
And Weiss is hurting as he gets his score for the free skate, a total of 125.02. That's the best free skate of the day. Combine that with his score from the short program, 73.33. He has a total of 198.35. So temporarily in the lead, but Michael Weiss guarantees himself at least a bronze medal here in Colorado Springs. Still ahead, Emmanuel Sandhu of Canada in second place after the short program and within striking distance of the goal. Here's the two-time Canadian champion, Emmanuel Sandhu,
Emmanuel
who is
Sandhu.
sitting in second place after the short program. Came here as the second alternate after American Tim Gable said he couldn't skate because he had boot problems, and Brian Joubert of France said he couldn't make it. Sandhu said, I'll skate. And now he's got himself on the precipice of something big. A chance for a medal, maybe even the gold. But he's had trouble putting back-to-back solid programs together, and the pressure's on.
He's been absolutely superb in practices here, although we've seen that happen so often. Brilliant in practice, and it doesn't come out in the competition.
He has some demons he needs to exercise, and there would be no better place or time to do it than right now.
Big combination to open, quad toe, triple toe. He does it!
Oh, a little trouble on the landing of that triple toe jump, but the opening quad was splendid.
Another big combo here, triple axel, triple toe planned. Yes! Again, a little problem with the landing, but he will get credit for that.
Excellent triple loop. Triple Lutz jump.
He looks very loose.
He's done some tweaking to his program to adjust to this new scoring system. Like what sort of things?
Well, he's certainly taking full advantage so far. He's got the two combinations already done and executed. And as you can see, what he's doing right now is he realizes that he gets marks for interpretation. He gets marks for presentation. He gets marks for transition in that second mark, and he's trying to capitalize on it with this effort right here.
The marking system really is tailor-made for a skater like Sandhu, who has such excellent skating skills.
Well, he's got the crowd in the palm of his hand right now.
Threw one away there. Was a double sow cow. Should have been a triple.
Another triple axel planned here. The timing on the takeoff is so key for him. Yes, nails it.
Very difficult what he just did. Come out of that spin on one foot and through the next series of deep edges. Great display of control.
Not a lot of speed here going into this second jump in the series. Triple sow, he does it. Emmanuel's the type of jumper that doesn't need a lot of speed to get the height on his jumps. I guess that comes from his ballet background.
Yes, he began studying ballet at the age of 3. Toured with the National Ballet School. Started skating at the age of 8 and chose skating over ballet by the time he was 16.
Excellent extension in that camel spin.
Very high degree of difficulty on this combination spin.
Whatever else transpires here this evening is really almost irrelevant. What's important for this young man is the fact that he had some difficulties in the program, and yet he didn't allow that to ruin the balance of the program. So often we've seen Emmanuel struggle with some elements early on, and then he tosses the whole thing out the window. That didn't happen here tonight, and this is a good sign for him.
And he's getting a standing ovation.
Finally, we're able to see what Emmanuel can really do. Here's his quad combination. Here's this going into the second jump, the triple toe loop. A little stuck there on the landing, but he will get credit because he did complete the rotation of that jump.
He did 2 triple axels. This was the first one they did in combination with a triple toe. Again, not an outstanding landing by any stretch of the imagination, but you will get credit for it. Not full because it wasn't well done.
In the old scoring system, would those flaws be fatal?
I don't know that they've been fatal, but they may have prevented him from moving up a spot. We don't know for sure yet. We haven't seen the final competitor skate, so it's hard to say, but it certainly would have given a judge a reason.
Well, there's tremendous anticipation in this arena as Emmanuel sits with his coach, Joanne McLeod. And here come the numbers, and they're very big. 75.74 in technical elements, 77 even in program components, a free skate score of 152.74.
I'm quite certain he knows sitting there that that's the highest he's ever scored this season. So for him, that's a personal best, reason to get excited.
Oh, look at the grand total. 228.29 and first place for Emmanuel Sandhu. He can finish no lower than the silver. A tremendous performance by the last-minute substitute from Canada. So Sandhu throws down the gauntlet. One man left to skate. He's the defending champion and the world champion. Evgeny Plushenko is next when we come back. The scene is set here in Colorado for a dramatic showdown for gold in the men's free skate. A reminder, though, a special holiday edition of Hockey Night in Canada comes your way tomorrow when Owen Nolan and the Leafs visit the Florida Panthers at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific on CBC Sports.
Representing
Now,
Russia,
the defending
welcome
champion,
now,
Evgeny Plushenko. Canada's Emmanuel Sandhu has presented a challenge. How will the world champ respond without the big leads he's had all season? Plushenko with the lead after the short program, but now he's got to raise his game.
He's heard the marks for Emmanuel as well. He knows that he's going to need everything. This guy loves a challenge. He's opening with quad toe, triple toe. Awesome.
There are very few competitors in the world who can step up to the plate like this man can.
Second jump planned is a second quad toe.
This time he does it in combination with a double loop.
And that fulfills both requirements for combination. So he cannot perform another combination.
Yeah, but knowing that, he can now coast. He knows he's got the hard stuff in. The rest of this should be no problem for him.
Next element, a triple axel.
Why did he do that? He probably has no idea what he's just done. The rules clearly state you can only do 2 jump combinations. The 2 quad combinations fulfilled that. And what he probably doesn't realize is that he's now going to get absolutely no credit for either of those jumps.
Well, he's unbelievably consistent. No slip. This year, 3 for 3 in the Grand Prix circuit. 3 gold medals, 7 wins last year. He won everything he entered.
I'm just sitting here. I don't have enough experience with this system to know whether or not that mistake is going to be critical here in this program. All I know is that it's a whole lot of points that
To
he's
leave on
not,
the table.
exactly, that he's not going to get.
This is an area he's really improved the last few years in his skating. His footwork sequences are second to none.
Well, I think he saw the response that his countryman, now retired Alexei Yagudin, used to get for his outstanding footwork, and realized the potential of what it can do to get the audience into your program and behind you.
He doesn't seem to be bothered by that injured right knee, which is badly swollen and has cut his training down to an hour a day.
Well, in a fashion that we're used to seeing from him, he's going about just sort of knocking off these jumps like they're no real big deal to him.
But I think he's in for a surprise when he sees the element score go up, because I don't think he realizes what he has done.
The question all of us are sitting here frantically trying to figure out is, has what he's done going to prevent him from winning this title? Because he's skating very, very well.
He is looking rather fatigued here. And he has, as I look at his schedule plan of jumps here, he's also left out a planned triple sow cow. That'll hurt him as well.
His reaction tells me he thinks he's won.
The question is, did he make a tactical error by adding that combination and dropping the triple at the end?
Well, the rule clearly states that he shall get no credit for it. I think what we've seen is a classic case of what so many of these good competitors would do with the previous system, and that is, I'm feeling good, I'll just keep tossing some stuff in here and pick up some more points along the way. I think this audience firmly believes he's won this competition. Here's the opening quad combination. Beautifully done. Quad toe, triple toe. It doesn't get any better than that. But this is the combination we're questioning. Excellent triple axel. He should have left it right there, but no, he tacks on a relatively easy jump, a double toe.
Well, he looks very confident, and Russian men have won every Grand Prix final men's title but one. And look at Sandhu, looking anxiously in the wings here at the World Arena, waiting for the results
Scores for
Plushenko.
whose
And
technical score
here they come.
was 72.60. The technical score for this performance was
66.54.
And on the detailed screen that we have here that shows us each individual element, he's getting a score of 0 for that combination.
146.94 in the free skate is lower than Sandhu's score. Now, here's the grand total. Short program, free skate, that's not enough. 225.19. He's second.
He's shocked.
Evgeny Plushenko did not get those points, and he has finished second. The defending champion has been beaten in a huge upset by this man. Emmanuel Sandhu, a substitute, has won the gold medal.
Just kidding, I'm just kidding.
think it's just starting to sink in.
My God.
There are the final results. Emmanuel Sandhu, 3 points ahead of the defending champion, the world champion Plushenko. And he's standing by with Paul.
Emmanuel, Joanne, please, quickly, tell us how you're feeling.
I think I'm gonna faint. He said don't faint.
I'm gonna be her pair partner. I'm gonna hold her up. I'm in shock. I mean, it was good enough that I was invited to come here, but this like tops it all.
You made some changes on the fly out there. Did you feel that you had to? Did you feel that you hadn't done quite enough and you wanted to put everything in so that you could really give it a good shot?
Well, I did everything that I planned except for the triple sow cow where the double sow was, and that was supposed to be a quad sow, but we knew we weren't going to do it at this competition. The only thing I really wanted to do was a quad toe, triple loop, and that's why I got a little bit stuck on that triple toe, but happy.
It was a gutsy skate. You had a couple of things that didn't go well, and in past, maybe that's thrown you off your game plan, but you seem to hunker down and really concentrate on getting the job done, which I think is maybe a first for you.
I think that's what makes a champion.
Hunker down, I like that.
To hunker down. Hunker down and to do it when it counts, even though you have a mistake, because as I've experienced before, you never know what the outcome's going to be. So that's what I've learned from my experiences now that I'm a veteran. God.
You're now the Grand Prix champion.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy because that's just crazy. I don't know what to say.
What does it do for you in terms of feeling like I'm here? I've now arrived.
Well, I don't want to say that I've arrived quite yet because it's not everything that I've done. You know, I still haven't won an Olympics and I still haven't won a world championship, and that's what I want to do. But I think this is a step in the right direction, and to be able to share it with, you know, the audience here and my coach, my friends at home, as well as do it for Canada and Skate Canada as well, is really important to me. Because after Cup of China, you know, I did hunker down, and I was really training well. So this is just another step in the right direction. I'm really happy.
Emmanuel Sandhu becomes only the second Canadian to win the men's title at the Grand Prix final since Elvis Stoico. Plushenko is beaten for the first time this year. Sandhu, he came as an alternate, and he's leaving a champion. What a tremendous finish to this Grand Prix final here in Colorado Springs. Canada's Emmanuel Sandhu with the biggest victory of his figure skating career. Did we witness his rite of passage, Barb, onto the world stage here today?
Well, certainly we saw the new beginning that we were all looking for. He really needed to put the past behind him. He did. He stepped out there with confidence, skated the best two skates together that we have seen him skate in so many years. This is going to give him so much confidence going into the Canadian Championships. It's going to be a great battle between him and Jeff Buttle, and then on to the Worlds. And to have done this at an event like this and to beat the world champion just says so much.
Indeed, we saw the world champion, who is the defending Grand Prix champion, dethroned, made possible, Paul, by this new scoring system.
Well, with the conclusion of this competition, the pilot session, that is, the use of this new system over the Grand Prix Series, draws to a close. But what impresses me most with what happened here tonight in the men's competition is that the system doesn't know who the world champion is. The system only recognizes the skater who skates on that given night, and the points are rewarded, and that's how Emmanuel became champion here.
So the Grand Prix season comes to a close here in Colorado Springs, and with it the trial run of this new scoring format. Where does this sport of figure skating go from here, Barb?
Well, it's really unfortunate that we can't continue on with the system for the rest of the season. For the 4 continents, we're going to be going back to the old system as well for the World Championships. It's too bad because I think we're all getting used to it. We're all really liking this new system. However, I'm hopeful that the judges that have judged with this new system will continue in the same mindset as if they're scoring in this system, even though they're going back to the 6-0.
Paul?
I'm encouraged by the fact that everyone who maybe was a skeptic before the Grand Prix season started, everyone seems to be on side now, and that's a tremendous thing for the International Skating Union because the sport needs this system. It needs the credibility that the system delivers, and I think everyone has a great degree of optimism coming out of here after seeing it work.
Our figure skating coverage continues in the new year with the 4 continents competition from Hamilton, January 24th at 3 Eastern, noon Pacific time. Next week on Sports Saturday, it's a winter festival of sport beginning with the World Triathlon Championships at 2 Eastern, the Snowboarding World Cup at 3:30, and the Alpine World Cup at 4:30 Eastern. But today in Colorado Springs, at the Grand Prix final, upsets rule the day. Japan's Fumier Seguri toppling the American defending champion Sasha Cohen. And Canada's Emmanuel Sandhu takes a giant leap to the top of the podium. For Barb and Paul, I'm Mark Lee. Thanks for watching, and so long from Colorado.